What is good, y'all? What is good? It looks like I got the whole internet up right now. Looks like I got the whole internet turned up right now. Specifically, a disgruntled former G Unit employee. Do I got a former disgruntled G Unit employee upset with me right now? Well, we're going to address it today because I want to talk about Mike Knox copping a plea to Meek Mill. Yeah, that's right. You copped a plea to Meek Mill right after he called 50 a Fed. You not only made yourself look bad, but you made the whole city of Philadelphia look bad. You made the whole G Unit look bad. You made anybody that ever endorsed you, Mike Knox, look bad. Because I was talking to a few people today, and they tell me that you can never act like a tough guy again. That's what they tell me, Mike. I mean, me, I'm good. I took my licking. I kept on ticking. I'm not out here acting like the macho man. I'm not out here acting like Rambo. I'm not out here saying nothing can happen to me, just like you were a few weeks ago. What's popping? What's popping? Appreciate everybody tapping in. You already know what to do. Hit the like button when you tap in here. Hit the like button. Also, drop your city and state. We got a few things to touch on. We got to talk about the fact that this guy dropped a song called Meek just a few weeks ago. Whatever, a few months ago, a few weeks ago, I don't care. A few weeks ago, 45 days ago, Meek Mill was on the internet calling 50 Cent a Fed. And now you're on the internet apologizing to 50 Cent. It looks hella crazy. 50 would have kicked anybody out of G Unit for doing that back in the day. He would have kicked the game, Young Buck, and Tony Yayo, Mace, and Hot Rod out of G Unit for doing some dumbass shit like that. Let's just be real. This guy, so he does this song called Meek, where he says, "Can I say something? Since they think it's a game and they're talking about sides, I'm gonna say this one time. G Unit." G Unit. Hit that like button. Hit that like button if y'all tapping in here right now. Hit the like button if you guys are up in here right now. Drop your city and state. All right, there we go. There we go. That looks cool. That looks cool. Rhode Island in the building. What's popping? Camden, New Jersey in the building. What's going on? Would you appreciate you tapping in from Jersey? We got Philly in the building. What's popping? Much love to you. Atlanta, what's going on? We got Atlanta in the building. Roll call right now. You already know how I do when I get things started. So the record's called Meek. He starts it off by letting everybody know it's G Unit, and it's just about 5 years too late, man. You came out of jail in 2019. You had an opportunity then, you know what I mean, to speak up. But then you played the peacemaker. You were like, yo, I want to be cool with 50 and I want to be cool with Meek. You come out here with this song and you say you hated on Quill and disrespected Oskino. Joey Jihad helped you with bail, but you ain't help him. And you hated on O'Malley's first mixtape. You a sucker, Ramik. That's what got all of that right there is what got Mike Knox hemmed up in Philly. You're going to go on the internet and say that Meek Mill hated on his cousin O'Malley? Are you crazy? Meek Mill has done more for O'Malley than 50 Cent could ever do for you. Do you realize we've seen O'Malley for the last 12, 13 years peeling back blues, peeling back hundreds, spending it at his leisure, giving everybody Chinese food money, $40. Go get some just to get away from me. O'Malley's been spending money. You're going to try to call out O'Malley? He sent O'Malley up to Sway with the gold headphones. Everybody remembers that. Didn't really work out for him. Hit that like button if you're just tapping in here. North Philly in the building. North Philly in the building. Let me know what city and state you're tapping in from. I got a live episode for y'all tonight. I want to address all this. I've been going off on Instagram. You know what I mean? I've been going off on Instagram, so I want to address this today. How you calling somebody else a rat when your boss was a CO and your executive wore a wire? So right there is where this all boils down to. Mike Knox came to 50 Cent's aid. Mike Knox came to 50 Cent's aid when Meek Mill called him a rat. It's as simple as that. A month and a half later, they got you, not even Meek's homies got you held up in the streets of Philly. And you could say whatever you want about me. You don't get no points for getting all angry at me. Mike Knox only getting angry at Mikey T, the movie star. Lil homie, you were in a position. You was at Gil's house with Meek, weren't you? I seen y'all out there having a good time. It was that generation you always talk about, the Batcave generation. I would love to find out more about that generation and see how much work you really did. I will go back and personally interview everybody and see how much songs you really did, man. Because your history doesn't come up far as much as you would like it to. And I'm just being real, since you want to come at me now, since you want to put all your attention towards me when 50 Cent posted a parody video of you. That's right. Your CEO was laughing. Ha 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 ha. He was laughing to the bank on your ass, Mike Knox, with about 2 or 3 million views. Probably gets an Instagram check for that. We all know that every time 50 Cent's Instagram turns up, some big money shit happens. But let's get it, man. Let's get it. Mike Knox wants to diss me. Oh, there we go. We can do this possibly. Okay, it's interesting. I like it. North Philly was popping. Mike Knox brought up everything, and he wonders why Meek's mad at him. You hated on Poundside Pop, so he had to go and get a deal from the West Side. You played Reform for the extra money they put you on CNN, and you talk like you a dummy. You addicted to Percocets, and I don't think that shit's funny. Is that a rhyme? Is that your rhyme scheme? Did you just rhyme funny with dummy? That's worse than Tony Yayo rhyming the word horny and so seductive. And you wonder why you didn't have a G Unit deal, man? Come on. These are really poor lyrics. That's why everybody I've talked to thinks the Meek Mill diss was really poor. But the one thing you're really doing, the one thing you did either right or wrong, however you look at it, you hit all these key points that pissed Meek Mill off. You're talking about Pound Side Pop turning him down and going to the West Side. You're talking about Oskino. You're talking about Oskino, somebody who gave Meek Mill some of his first opportunities for a feature from somebody actually industry influenced. Why are you talking about Meek Mill's history? I bet you wish you had that history. Come on, talking about Joey Jihad helped him with bail. Okay, Joey Jihad was obviously in position then to help him with bail. You know, I had Joey Jihad on my channel before, and he didn't seem to have all that much bad to say about Meek Mill to be 100. He didn't jump on my platform looking to diss Meek Mill. So I think you got your stories mixed up. I think you're kind of like trying to create a narrative. I think that's what Mike Knox is trying to do. We've actually seen Oskino do a few videos about Meek Mill. Oskino doesn't have any problem coming on the internet and doing his own blog. But anyways, you want to even mention O'Malley, about O'Malley. He hated on O'Malley. How did he hate on O'Malley? When Meek Mill, appreciate you, Renna. When Meek Mill went to jail, he actually gave O'Malley an opportunity to flourish. He gave, you know, Lil Snoop had passed away, so the baton actually got passed to O'Malley, maybe a little prematurely. You know, so I don't think Mike Knox really knows what he's talking about because he was actually incarcerated, I want to say, when all that shit happened. So it really doesn't make sense. The diss track didn't make sense, and it got him lined up. You know what I mean? It had them dudes come and drag you in front of that concrete wall to do the video. What did they drag you out of a car? Did they drag you out of the barber shop? Did they drag you out of the deli? Did they drag? Were you getting some yogurt? Where did they drag you from to do the video that you wanted to do? How good has this video been for you, Mike, that you wanted to do? Look what Mike Knox has a new music video actually on World Star right now, and it has no mention whatsoever of G Unit. Yeah, Mike Knox actually blocked me too. Because Mike Knox was on the phone with me like, Mikey T, what's good? We need to turn up when I get home. I see you got shit on lock when it comes to the videos and the interviews. He reached out to me. Did they drag you off the ground? I need everybody in here to hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Mike Knox was calling my phone. Mike Knox wanted my help. And you want to know what? I'm a real one. So I was going to give him that help, but he's a sucker. He's a sucker because he doesn't realize I've worked with multiple artists in the G Unit camp. Multiple. I've actually been up to the G Unit offices, held 50 Cent's Moon Man. That's some sucker stuff you did trying to blackball me, Mike Knox. You tried to blackball me. I've had conversations with 50. I looked 50 in his eye and asked him for an interview. I've been up to the G Unit offices with Kid. I've interviewed Trav. You're a sucker. I've interviewed Hot Rod. I've interviewed ex-G Unit guys. You know what I'm talking about? Billy Dance from MOP. I've interviewed 40 Glock. Like, I don't discriminate when it comes to doing interviews. I'll work with somebody from Murder Inc., and I don't care if they're beefing with G Unit. Like, what is up with you, man? Trying to create a barrier and be, oh, Mikey T messes with Bang'em Smurf, so he can't mess with 50. That's sucker shit. And now I see what it is. Now I see what it is. You actually block everybody, Mike Knox. You actually block everybody. It's not just me, because you blocked Garci too. Stand up individual, someone you allegedly have been friends with for 20 years. You've been friends with him 20 years. Why do you got him blocked? Shout out to Quilly. Yeah, you know Quilly's the hardest in Philly. Shout out my guy right there. Yup, my guy Ramat says, Mike Knox blocked the whole city. What's up with that? I was going to lend you a helping hand. I've had dudes actually get out of jail and tell me, yo, Mikey T, I seen what you did. Like Turk, salute my bro Turk. Appreciate that dude right there. And it ain't no hot boys if Turk ain't involved. I'm just saying that. It ain't no hot boys if Turk ain't involved. And Lil Wayne doesn't even know what the F is going on. So don't even make me go in on that for a topic, because that right there is just not right. I don't give a damn. Birdman, Cash Money Millionaires, it's not the same thing as the Hot Boys. Cash Money Millionaires is all of them together. And it ain't the Cash Money Millionaires if you leave Turk out. It ain't the Cash Money Millionaires if you don't have Manny Fresh in there. You need the whole group. They all be trying to pull some fake 2000 shit. Just try to forget people that have been locked up. You ain't going to discredit that BG history. Anyways, let's move on. Mike Knox blocks everybody in the city. Mike Knox blocks everybody in the city. And it's pretty lame, man. And it's pretty lame, I got to say, because I was going to help that dude out. I was going to show him some love. You know what I mean? I was going to run around and do some of the videos if he needed that. You know what I'm saying? Just like I do for artists nowadays that I work with. Like I'm working my guy Trendy. He works with like all them dudes. Like he's affiliated with Favi. You know what I'm saying? All them dudes and shit. Fabio Foreign. He works with them dudes from New York. You know what I'm saying? I work with my dude Trigger Ock from G Unit. You know what I'm saying? I actually put Trigger Ock and Mike Knox, like the idea of them coming together. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Knox showed Trigger Ock hell love. So that right there, like, come on, man. Do you even know Trigger Ock? You even know Trigger Ock? You're just trying to get down with somebody that's affiliated, man. You're like, oh shit, Trigger Ox from 50's Hood. All right, yeah, whatever, man. You're just trying to get down with people who are affiliated. It is what it is, though, Mike Knox. I ain't worried about it, but I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna blog about it. Since you want to DM me, you want to put a message on my page, I'm gonna talk about it. And I'm going to address the whole diss that you sent to me as well. So make sure, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. And make sure if you're not, if you haven't already, hit that like button, man. This guy went as far to say, why did you let 6ix9ine check you, Rameek? What are you trying to be funny? Why did you let Garci check you, Mike Knox? Why did you let Garci check you when you're 50 Cent's affiliate? Why did you let Garci come to Philly? He's from Philly, whatever. Why did you let him find you in Philly, check you, and embarrass you to your boss? Your boss, the hardest gangster in hip hop history. Yeah, never mind Suge Knight. 50 Cent is the hardest gangster in hip hop history. You got it twisted, Mike Knox? you must have been in jail too long, Mike Knox. That's not how we do things on the East Coast, baby. You just let yourself fall through the cracks, homie. Because you just embarrassed yourself right there to the boss, to 50 Cent. The monster on the East Coast, you heard? Yeah, that was one of the most trash diss songs I've ever heard. You really said you really said that he got checked by 6ix9ine? Like, you had the balls to say that? Like, and I say you had the balls to say that because you sound stupid saying that. You sound stupid saying that, Mike Knox. Nobody got checked by 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine is like the type of dude who like has his security hold him back to feel better about himself. Like that's one of you should have addressed that in the video like, "Yo, I said that." So you destroyed MMG steady hating on Wale. You destroyed MMG steady hating on Wale. That's not even accurate, man. That's not even accurate. Get your hip hop history right, man. At the BET Awards, you were there when we washed Gunplay. At the BET Awards, you were there when we washed Gunplay. What do you expect Meek Mill to do? You always hating on dudes in the city. Every time someone has something on the table and they're ready to sign on the dotted line, you hate on them. Hearsay. Hearsay, man, and nobody liked that diss. Nobody liked that diss. I think he should probably take that diss off of his YouTube. And I didn't really check to see if he did. I didn't really want to check because I didn't want to go listen to it again, to be honest with you. I really didn't want to go check, to be honest with y'all. But maybe you could go check, homie, and go let me know if he actually took the diss off of his page. I would have to say he did after that conversation he had with Garci. This guy's gonna talk about the end of Maybach Music like he even has a clue. Mike, Gunplay sold more albums than you. Gunplay sold more albums than you, Mike Knox. And he sold like 900. Like, come on, man. Then he's gonna try to out Meek Mill. Oh, you were there when we watched Gunplay. What do you expect Meek Mill to do? We all saw what happened when 50 mushed Trav right in front of Gunplay. Meek Mill's not gonna throw himself on the line for these guys that he barely knows. You know what I mean? Him and Trav, yeah, they've built a relationship now where they've known each other for many years. You know what I'm saying? They've known each other for mad years. I'm sure they're really close now if they're still friends. But yeah, you know what I mean? We didn't see Meek Mill start swinging on 50 Cent. Oh, you mean I ain't gonna diss Trav because Trav has been cool to me. Trav has been cool to me. Trav has been cool to me over the years, so I wouldn't diss him. He's actually given me a few interviews, or he gave me an interview. And also, I mean, he's just been cool, so I ain't gonna diss Trav. I mean, I'm not gonna say that Trav has set the world on fire when it comes to his music. I'm not gonna come on here and just spew nonsense. You know what I mean? Trav hasn't found the record, but Trav has created a lot of relationships with artists. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day when Trav was like a young kid and he was still trying to charge like $1,500 a verse. It was Young Money Trav. It was Young Money Trav back in the day, if y'all remember. And he was repping G-Unit all the way back then. I remember I used to go back and forth with Trav on like probably AIM. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. A lot of these other people don't know about that. You know what I mean? You got academics. Academics was in college trying to hit on girls when I was running around Meek Mill. I mean, when I was running around Drake and Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing against academics. You know what I'm saying? I was just really in the mix. I was just really in the mix out there in love with what we do. Academics was trying to play hip hop and get some girls. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to change the world. All that other shit is cool, but what I'm really about at the end of the day is the history of it. So that's why when Mike Knox hit me up, he hit me up, yo, Mikey T. Da, da, da. I'm like, who the? I'm like, what? I'm like, how'd this dude even get my number? Number one. I'm like, for real? I'm like, who gave this dude my number? I was like, screw it though. It's Mike Knox. You know what I mean? He's the guy who's kind of known in the industry, to be real. He's kind of known in the industry, not really. And then we see he drops his video. Everyone's like, oh, Mikey T. Mike Knox didn't get kicked out of G Unit. Oh, Mikey T. Mike Knox never was G Unit. Oh, tell me something I don't know. All these people faking it till they make it. You're independent. Act like it. You be running around acting like you're G Unit, acting like you're Murder Rank, acting like you're Maybach, Rockefeller. You're going to block a blessing for yourself. If you're independent, don't have any type of issue with being independent. You know what I mean? Look at people who have really thrived off of it. Jim Jones didn't get a deal till Koch came, said, hey, man, we like what your guys are doing. Can you do something like that? New interview with Keen Streets from Bird Gang. I Sacrificed a Lot. His new EP is out right now. Make sure you go check that out. Probably one of the hottest EPs out right now. I Sacrificed a Lot to Get Here by Keen Streets. Max B actually gave him the cosign as well. I was talking to Max B's guy, Ty Black. Yeah, because y'all know I be connected like that, where I be talking to these guys, speaking to Ty Black. Max B will be coming home, and you know your boy's gonna be getting that interview, man. I stay about it, man. I stay about it. I'm about to get that interview. I'm about to go. It's gonna be crazy when Max B comes home, you guys. Let me see. Oh shit. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. DJ Wackademic. Don't do that to academics, man. Don't do that to academics. You know what I'm saying? Academics has got his shit together. He got his whole podcast thing going. You know what I mean? He got his whole shit together. But me, you know, I'm Mikey T, the movie star, man. I'm Mikey T, the movie star. And basically, Mike Knox. Ooh. Molly G said, never heard of Mike Knox. Yeah, there's not much you could hear, to be honest. There's really not much you could hear, to be 100% honest with you. When it comes to Mike Knox, you're not really going to find much music out there, to be honest. He put up a new song on World Star. It was like top boxed. I guess he figured it was his moment. You know, he pulled that Eminem shit. I guess he figured it was his moment. He had to jump on it, you know, and pause. No diddy. It was his moment, and he dropped the video on World Star. You know what I mean? He dropped the video on World Star. And the video really wasn't lighting nobody on fire, to be real with you guys. I think it was called You Should Love Me. You Should Love Me, I think it was called. It's like, dude, who is that a message to? Is that a message to 50 Cent? Because, bro, let's bring it back. When that video popped off of you in Gunplay, like I said, when it started circulating, the first pictures of that video was Gunplay jumping on you. It looked like Gunplay had the upper hand on you. What are you not understanding? What? Oh, hold on. Ah, oh, there we go. Oh, fuck. Somebody in the chat says Mike Knox has been trying to keep the peace. Mike Knox was trying to keep the peace in Philly. He would wash up these dudes if they had a fair one. What up, D Money? I know you've been in the chat before, man. No, man. I was saying, my boy was talking to me today, and he was like, "Yo, Garci's like 240 pounds or something like that, or however much he said." And I was like, "Yo, but Mike Knox is like 300 pounds." I was like, "So," but we didn't see what was behind the camera. You know what I mean? We didn't see none of that. Just like the whole situation with 40 Glock in the game, we didn't see what happened behind the camera, you guys. So we don't really know. We don't really know what happened. We don't know if there was 10 other people there. You know what I mean? Like with the situation with 40 Glock in the game, he said that the game had mad other people there that day that were, basically going to ride with the game if 40 Glock tried to do anything crazy. Let me check this real quick. I'm just wondering if y'all get the gravity. Do y'all get the gravity of the situation here? Do y'all get the gravity of the situation? It's crazy. Mike Knox apologized to Meek Mill after Meek literally just a month before that called 50 a Fed. Like, do you guys get the gravity of that? Meek Mill said, because you're federal, the street Dudes and queens know that. That's why you trying to pick on a little boy. Your own son hates your guts. This dude said the dudes in Queens know that. I'm going to address this. I'm going to address this situation with one of the dudes from Queens that you allegedly say no, that 50 Cent is federal. Like, you're absolutely crazy for doing that. And you want to know what? Mike Knox doesn't understand the gravity of that situation either. I thought you were signed to 50 Cent. Are you trying to, he's bringing up the fact that he's saying people in Queens think 50 snitched on Supreme McGriff. And you just apologized. Do you know how deep that runs for 50? Do you get the gravity of that? Because obviously Mike Knox didn't do his homework. What up, what up, what up, Ken P? Appreciate you, man. $50 ain't snitch on anyone. Facts. Facts. Meek Mill is going to go on the internet. Meek Mill went on the internet and called 50 a snitch, and that was kind of like the last straw for Mike Knox. And Mike Knox, well, that's what Mike Knox says. And that's complete bull, because that wasn't the right last straw for Mike Knox. That wasn't the last straw. Come on, that's BS. He wanted some clout, man. He wanted to diss Meek Mill because he thought it would do some views. Let's be real about this. He thought it was the right time to diss Meek Mill to do some views. He thought 50 would be impressed by it. I thought the last interview Mike Knox did, he was saying he was being a CEO now. He wasn't rapping no more. Like, come on, make up your mind, man. Then days after, he drops a song called They Used to Love Me. They Should Love Me. Man, a couple people heard that song. I played that song in front of a couple people, and they were like, somebody needs to tell Mike Knox that ain't it. So I read one comment, it said, yo, this sounds like a mixture of like Future and Meek Mill. What? Yo, that's when you know you messed up. When you come on here and to this entertainment business and you're trying to be somebody else. You are making sounds like Future and Meek Mill. That's not right, man. When 50 Cent came in the game, we never heard a song like Wankster before. And we never seen somebody like that before, actually. This dude took over the whole streets in his caravan with the damn Sprinter truck or whatever the hell he had. And it looked like it was some presidential shit. You just come in here and try to sound like Future and Meek Mill. Come on, let's be real about this, man. Let's be real about this. Don't come in the game trying to sound like somebody else. You'd go a lot further if you didn't. And then people want to bring it back to, oh, Mike Knox, he was working with G Unit. None of the things that Mike Knox was doing with G Unit got off the ground. His solo project didn't get off the ground. G Unit Philly didn't get off the ground. Need I say more? He had Meek Mill call 50. That didn't get off the ground. For crying out loud, he ends up signing to Rick Ross. Beanie Siegel, when the Rockefeller deal and the Dame Dash Music Group deal was over, he didn't end up. Yeah, you didn't think I knew about that. The order of that, right. When that was over, Mike Knox didn't bring him to G Unit. So every single thing that Mike Knox tried to do with G Unit Records failed. Every single project he tried to bring to the table failed. And like I said, I don't even understand why this guy would be trying to bring somebody else's project to the table. You know what I mean? Why are you bringing a Beanie Siegel project to the table? Why are you bringing 50 Cent, Meek Mill? Why didn't you do that earlier with G Unit Philly? Instead, you had Tone Trump. Are you wilding out? No Nick Cannon? You brought Tone Trump to the G Unit deal. Are you insane? Are you insane? How the hell did you try to do that? That is nuts. You had an opportunity to do G Unit Philly, and you didn't bring Meek Mill then? Hold on. You didn't go get Gilly. How cool are you? Well, Gilly turned down. He told Jimmy Iovine 1.5 million. We've heard that story from 50 Cent. So I'm not gonna ride on you about that one. We all know Gilly. Gilly wants that bag. You know what I'm saying? He wants that bag. I mean, I guess I offended some Tone Trump fans. No. There was a G Unit Philly allegedly. Man. And Mike Knox was putting it together. It didn't really go far though. He was putting it together. It didn't really go far. I don't know why. Probably because he didn't go and get the real people that should have been on it. You know what I mean? Probably because he didn't go get the real people that actually. Yes, there was, man. They all talk about it all the time. It didn't go nowhere. But there was. All right, we're on the same page, D Money. But yeah, man. Ooh! Oh, you guys are eating him tonight, man. I'm just saying, it's kind of soft how Mike Knox wants beef with me. You know what I mean? It's soft how Mike Knox wants to beef with me, but he doesn't want to beef with the people that came and checked him to his face and made him apologize to Meek Mill, a guy who just called his CEO a rat. Called your CEO a rat and you're apologizing to him. Hit that like button, y'all. Appreciate everybody checking out that T-Top interview too. I seen T-Top was actually on literally right behind Tay-Rock on a list of the battle rappers, who's doing the best so far this year. It's pretty dope. Yeah. Yep. Meek Mill went on social media after the whole thing with 50 and Diddy's son. You know, when Diddy's son after the whole thing with 50 and Diddy's son, Meek Mill came and took some shots at 50 Cent and said that the whole Queens knows that 50 Cent is a rat. Yeah, I'm sure it makes sense to you, bro. You probably think it's cool. I mean, I think it's soft. I think it's soft that Mike Knox wants to come and have beef with me when 50 Cent just put 3 million, 25 million people on to dissing him in a parody video. And when Meek Mill commented on a video of him getting held up, of him getting basically, you know what I mean, pressed. And Meek Mill said, "We're sticking together this year." But Mike Knox wants to come at me. That's funny. That's like a person who will only beef with people from within their own clique. They're like, "I'm not going to beef with my real ops. I'm not going to beef with my real ops. I'm going to beef with the people that I think that I can beat. I think I can beat Mikey T. Mikey T got beat by Leak Moss, so I can take care of Mikey T." Yo, little homie, or Mike Knox. I'll refer to you as little homie because you called me asking for advice. You got pressed on camera and didn't do shit about it. Yeah, that happened to me once. I got pressed on. I apologized. I didn't do an 8-minute apology video. You apologized about everything you ever did to Meek Mill back to kindergarten, homie. You apologized to Meek Mill about stealing his apple juice in kindergarten, homie. Me, I apologized to Tony Sunshine. I'm like, yo, I messed up the footage, man. My bad. I'm sorry. Because I actually care about artists' careers. Now, you got on there, tried to save all types of face. We had all something that we was going to do together. You never had nothing you were going to do with Meek Mill. I'm sorry to break it to you. You never had nothing you were going to do with Meek Mill. I'm sorry to break it to you, Mike Knox. You are not in the music industry. You're not. Maybe your security in the music industry. That's about it. But you are not in the music industry, my friend. You are not. And I'm letting you know that right now. So it's about time that you give it up. It's about time that you wrap it up. You know what I mean? If you can't think of new and innovative ways to progress your career and make something of yourself, because as you said, it was your idea. Garcia agreed to that. It was your idea to shoot that video, that career ending video that you just made, to the point where you have 250,000 views on World Star, but you got 39 comments. I'm sorry, homie. The math ain't mathin'. You got 39 comments. You got 50 comments and 250,000 views. It's a wrap, homie. It's a wrap for you on that end. You might want to go to school. Maybe you could, if you got a clean record, maybe you could become like a substitute teacher or something like that. Maybe you could go become a substitute teacher, homie. You could do recess. Nah, I'm kidding. You could probably be a history teacher, man. It is what it is, man. Do what you got to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really worried about Mike Knox, to be 100% honest with you guys. I have no reason to be worried. I have no reason to be worried. I think Mike Knox should maybe focus on the real problems. You got 25 million people laughing at you. It's not only me. Yo, then you don't know my history, little homie. You don't know my history then, little homie. Go watch Academics, because Academics wasn't around Drake and Rick Ross. That's right. But yeah, man, I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about all that, man. Yeah, D Money. Meek Mill called 50 a rat. And then Mike Knox ran to apologize. Did you sign a Dream Chasers contract with that apology, man? Did you hear me apologize to Leak Moss? No, you saw me get up, get my phone, put my phone in my pocket, and proceed to call dudes out. Let's go. Round 2. Mike Knox couldn't wait to apologize on camera. Do you know what happened when 50 saw that? You apologizing on camera? 50 had no choice but to post that on his social media in front of, I want to say, 25 million people. And it wasn't even you. It was people pretending to parody you in a video. Can you believe that? Can you believe the irony of that? Mike Knox dropped a new video on World Star, and it had no mention of G Unit whatsoever. No mention of G Unit whatsoever. No mention of G Unit whatsoever. What's up with that, man? If this whole situation didn't just happen, it probably would have said G Unit Records. It probably would have had you know what I mean, the whole G Unit logo flash before the video. But now, since 50 unfollowed you, since Banks never followed you, somebody let me know if Uncle Murda follows him. I know Kid messes with him. I know Kid messes with him. Who else messes with him? Does he get any other G Unit love? Trigger Ock got you. Does Young Buck still follow him? Let me know. Let me know if Young Buck still follows him. I mean, this guy, man. This guy got unfollowed by 50. And then after that, he decided to drop a whole video with no G Unit logo on it or nothing. What are you looking for, a new deal? Who's coming to get Mike Knox? Who's going to sign Mike Knox? Mike, I thought in your last interview you said that you were going to start a whole new thing. Honestly, I thought you said you were going to start a whole new thing. What happened to that? What happened to that, man? You dropped the ball on that, I got to say. You dropped the ball on that because now you are looking crazy because you wanted to go on some podcast and you wanted to talk about, oh, no, it wasn't the podcast. You wanted to go on record and you wanted to bring up all of Meek Mill's dirty laundry. You wanted to air out all of Meek Mill's dirty laundry. Where'd it get you? Where'd it get you, man? You're from Philly. I'm not from Philly. You should know Philly's not a big place. You're bound to run into Meek Mill. You're bound to run into a lot of people that love Meek Mill. Whether it's affiliates of his or just a situation like what happened with Drake's affiliates or goons or fans, like I'm saying, in Canada with Rick Ross. Sometimes people that are really musicians, you know, as I've kind of laid out for you on this video, people who are really in the music industry, you know what I mean? They got influence. People love Meek Mill since back in the day when he dropped Amen. You know what I mean? People loved him before that when they just wanted to see him get on in the industry. You can't mess with people like that because fans are wild, and man. They're like, some of these fans are like sports fans, man, where they'll just mob up on you over it. Yeah, I told Cassidy one time that Meek Mill was the best rapper in Philly. I don't think any other blogger's ever done that shit. Respect to Cassidy, though, because he gave me like 3 amazing interviews where we got to go over his whole career. I really, really respect Cassidy for giving me that opportunity. But you know what, man? I'm off this Mike Knox shit, you guys. You know what I mean? We're going to move on to new things, man. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm off of it. hit the like button. Go check out some of my other interviews, man. Razcast interview out now. Interview with Billy Dance from MOP. Interview with T-Top, man. A lot of interviews out, man. So I'm off of it, man. I just had to get it out of my system. Dude want to come and try to check me. You know what I mean? Don't be trying to check me. You already had the opportunity to check somebody else, and you didn't do it, man. You know what I mean? You didn't do it. So don't be trying to check me over some shit, because mad other bloggers are covering this, and I'm gonna cover whatever I want to cover, man. I'm out of here though, man. Appreciate y'all.